If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
On the market's beat, fortune grew with every heartbeat. Hands of gold stack the ledger's gain. Years of work shown before the pain. FOMO hitched a ride on the hype train. Threw it all on a wild dumb play. Ledger crashed, my world fell apart. Everything I built broke my heart. Darkness closes in, fear takes hold. Ruin stares where my dreams grow cold. When FOMO calls, it knocks me flat. Highs that drop like a gut punch. That's that, hold it together. Through the mess I fight, Savior's grip keeps my ruins night. Oh, when FOMO calls. My limit, step back to breathe. Cleared my head, let the panic leave. Stuck to the plan, rebuild what's mine. Faint hope hums, I'm back online. Darkness closes in, fear takes hold. Ruin stares where my dreams grow cold. When FOMO calls, it knocks me flat. Eyes that drop like a gut punch. That's that, hold it together. Through the mess I fight, Savior's grip keeps my ruins night. Oh, when FOMO calls. Saw the trap, set my line to stay. Took a break, shook the fear away. Held my plan, turned the tide around. Ledger heals where my losses drown. When FOMO calls, it knocks me flat. Eyes that drop like a gut punch. That's that, hold it together. Through the mess I fight, Savior's grip keeps my ruins night. Oh, when FOMO calls. When FOMO calls, I stand, I win. Yeah, I feel the pump coming on. Ooh. I see the charts blaze a fevered high. Altcoins pulse beneath the sky. ETF rumors crank my wild beat. I'm hooked on the thrill, can't take a seat. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Let the gains explode. Altcoins surge. I'm losing control. Shatter the doubt, my drive's unbound. Crypto pump lifts me from the ground. Oh! The crowd's electric, my veins ignite. Ethereum rockets out of sight. Volatility spins my restless soul. I die for the peak, I'm in control. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Let the gains explode. All coins surge. I'm losing control. pulse races, the charts unwind. Hype takes over, I'm redefined. Every spike fuels my burning quest. I'm a crypto king, I'm at my best.
Quiver as war drums roar. Israel and Iran rocking the floor. Trump holds more before those keys. Traders grip coins where the shadows creep up. Crypto war blazes ripping through the haze.
Check 1 2 1 2. I think I've got a sound issue right now. Doesn't seem to be coming through on my side. Doesn't tell me that it's coming through on my side.
News explodes, prices reel and sway. All coins crash in the battle's fray, yeah. Photos dusters, the panic's tide. Traders push on with a stubborn pride. Oh.
Check 1 2. Guys, let me know if you can. Let me know if you can hear me. Check 1 2. Okay, you guys. Okay. Well, that's weird. My sound deck's not even showing that it's getting anything from me. I'm getting some wild stuff going on. Okay. Well, let's see if we can make this happen.
Crypto war blazes fading to the moon, rising from the wreckage where the tough are born. Keep me rolling, keep me rolling, keep me rolling, keep me rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Can't forget the cowbell. Gotta have the cowbell. Sprinkle a little cowbell around. Ladies and gentlemen, frogs and squirrels, welcome to the show. Late Night Crypto with Road Talk. Sitting here looking at Bitcoin, making this little kind of flag pennant kind of shape here above a nice little trend line area of resistance we got going on there. Looking kind of interesting, like she might want to do something else, go up a little bit more, but she's also could be making an argument that there's some resistance there if we just kind of zoom out a little bit and connect some lines here. We do have that coming up, and Might even pull a little Fibonacci trick here and get a high to low and see that, yeah, we're just right under our 1.272 area. We're at an area where we could be seeing, you know, it's nice to get up here, maybe even to 112,400. I mean, that looks cool. We might tap those. We talked about this possibility last night, that I was expecting her to try to come up and try to take out this high. That's what this white line is over here. I'm going to blow up to right over here. That 110,600 area, that was our previous high there. The little high that we needed to get above and try to do something. Are we going to do this again, TradingView? All day long before this stream, everything was working fine on this computer. If we zoom out a little bit here, we can kind of see a little bit better what we're talking about. And right now, we come up a little higher. So we knocked out this guy and this guy right here. This was the main one right here, about 110.6. Knocked it out, so no longer finding resistance there and being a top. We're above it, and that's cool. The place that now we got our eye on is this guy right here at 112. And we came just right below it. Kind of like what we did right over here with this guy, even with this guy right here. It's a good chance that over the next few days and maybe into the weekend that we'll give this one a run for the money and try to go up there and break that and get a higher high. And maybe even go 115, 116, maybe. Let's see if we can even just tap that area right now. But that's about another 1,000 up from where we are right now. Not too bad, not too shabby. Bitcoin at $111,000 today. Pretty nice. The best part, probably, well, not maybe not the best part, but one of the blessings of that when Bitcoin does go that high is that altcoins go right along with it. And we look at total 3. And I've been pointing to this $880 billion area, and it just looked kind of stupid as a target, just hanging there until we finally, when the price started going there. Doesn't look as stupid now. It looks kind of, hey man, this is actually happening. Wow, look, altcoins are alive after all. We thought you were dead. We thought you were a toad. I don't think anybody ever gets that movie reference. Did we take our... You're the bigger one. Did we screw this up? Wouldn't that be funny? I may have screwed that up. I think that my fist might have moved on me. Okay, well, alright. Well, it's always good to go back and check your work. Swing high to swing low. Okay. The root dog was wrong. We did go to the 618. It's just a little bit lower. And we're maintaining it right now. 900,000 is what we're looking for. Excuse the sloppiness. Somehow that little thing moved. But what we're looking at overall for altcoins, and just kind of break it down here on the 4-hour chart. We were following a makeshift trend line here for the longest time. A little inverted head and shoulders is kind of what was mimicking everything else. Just doesn't look as pretty on this chart as it did on like Bitcoin and some of the other charts that also had this bottoming pattern going here. Established in this trend line. We broke out, did all of our stuff, came back, retested it, thought we were good. Yeah, I played with this over here, went for a deep retrace, and that got everybody scared, and all of us wondering why are we even in altcoins whatsoever. But that turned out to be one of the best places to, if you were trying to buy the bottoms and buy those big dips, that was a great place to do it on that one. From there, we got back into the pattern above here, and things are looking good. Now we need to go and take out some of these highs. We took this one out. So we've knocked that one out. We knocked this one out here. That's a good start. We've been making higher highs and higher lows. And I can't bitch about that. That's a good sign. That's what we want to see out of altcoins. Now we're starting to establish a nice little trend. About another $30 billion coming into this market is going to make our bags pump up a little bit. Still not quite get back to where we were in December yet, but Hey man, there's always hope. Remember that December, that was when we were back over here, about $1 trillion market cap. We got some room to grow, meaning that we can got some gains that we can see again. So I like that what I'm seeing there, and as long as we can hold this area that we're at, this $870-ish billion area, we got a good chance now. But the only thing we got to watch out for is any rejection. Okay, so we got our correct fib level here, and so far on this 1 hour time frame, looks like we're trying to hold it. Let's see if we start giving it up here and start trying to close a candle below it, then well, we got some more stuff to come to the downside and blah blah blah. But I got hope and faith that we're onto something just a wee little bit different right here. If you follow my trend lines, you see that it goes up in one direction and it veers off. We're getting a secondary trend line right there. Not only that, now we're getting a tertiary. I wanted to use that word. Tertiary means third. Yeah, it's a fancy way. It makes you sound smart. It's tertiary. It sounds like a turtle. Every time I say it, I see a turtle shell. Tertiary. I see a turtle and a globe. All right, but anyway, we're veering off of that, and that's the first steps of a parabola. That's another word I wanted to say. Sounds fancy, don't it? Right? It means we're curving up, and it's a beautiful thing to be in a parabola. That means that we're going to gain some momentum, and we could see this area, $900 billion, come in kind of quicker than maybe that we're used to. Definitely quicker than what we're used to. Clearing these areas look good, is what we're trying to say. Number go up. Are you getting paid? That's the question. Because this is when we start looking, hey, let's start getting our pay. Let's get our payday plan. This is when your emotions are going to be telling you, hey man, I better chase this and get in that project here. But this is actually when, well, we should have been doing that along the way. We don't want to chase. There may be some last minute chasings and some of that FOMO getting you in. Oh my gosh, I got to get it before it takes off. And this one's still in the setup. And we can probably find some good setups and even some good trades to get into. But this is where we need to start thinking, how are we peeling off some of this money? As this starts coming up, we want to be getting paid just like the market makers, because that's exactly what they are doing. As this price is going up, they are the ones that are making those little sales to the downside or coming to help meet to the prices where somebody is got a big sell order up there. And once we can switch our mindsets over to that, like, oh man, these green candles are sale days instead of chase and buy days, that's when you start seeing things start, oh, hey, maybe this crypto thing can work out. But instead, if you chase with the candles, well, yeah, you can see some improvements as number go up, but then all of a sudden, it's time for number to come back down, and she usually comes down lower than where you started getting in and getting all heavy into it and everything, and then that puts you into some drawdown. So that's why we don't want to be chasing. Trying to get all, I'm chasing, and then it changes on you. And you got to go through drawdown and wait for something else and spend months wondering, is this going to get back in the green? So that's not the fun way to play that. The fun way to play that is to having your little bags, whether you've been DCAing into them or maybe you entered and added to some dips or something on your positions on any kind of pullbacks. Every chart's going to be a little bit different, but more I'm going to start reflecting this total 3 number go up, and we're going to start looking at them now. I'm going to come over and say hello to everybody in the chat. How's it going, everybody in the chat? All 14 people hanging out. I'm so glad to have you here. We got Haven, who was first, and I don't know if my clapping hands are going to work. I don't know if anything's going to work. Nope. That was asking for too much. Okay, so all right, yay, I got a stream deck that doesn't work. Lovely. Well, Haven, welcome to the show for being number 1. Why don't you work? Why are you not talking to OBS, man? All right, so we're kind of limited as far as what I can do here on effects and all the fun stuff. So it's pretty much just us and boring charts tonight. No special. Mercury is going in the retrograde, so I always blame it when that happens for all this weirdness. And I seem to have an allergic reaction to Mercury in retrograde weeks before it happens. We're about a week out or something before it actually happens, and I'm already breaking out in hives right now. Electronically or digitally, anyway. I'm going through all these little problems here with electronics. They suck. Anyway. We got Answer Me, I See Soul, Ryan K. Duality C. Dave P. Road Dog Crypto, that sounds like me. Glad to have you guys here. All right, if you got any altcoin requests, you can throw them in there, and I'll try to come back to that in the chat. Otherwise, we're gonna look at some other stuff. One of the things that I'd like to do is, well, since we got this pulled up, or do we? Liquidation heat map, since we've wow, you're so lightning fast. Look how fast it pulled that up. So we did previously. I don't know if I got to show this I don't think we looked at this last night on the stream. But this yellow line was starting to develop. Now, it wasn't always there. There was the one down here about 106, I think, and even lower, 104, was starting to form before that one, but this one started forming a little bit later. And so price eventually went up there and got that, and wow, we still got a little bit more right up here, a little bit above us, about 112.3. Stop losses, sell orders, whatever. There's orders. There's orders that can be filled there in one form or another, whether it takes a short squeeze to get up there or not, which is kind of what we had here. So that's looking nice. That maybe price will do a little continuation up there, and that should also help the altcoins with it. I believe. Are you not on here? Well, that's going to be a pain in the ass. Pardon my French. But Tokenmetrics is where I'm trying to get to over here. Do we have to sign in all over again? Is that what Mercury in retrograde? Are you no. I'm just going to get ready for it and anticipate that it does. All right, so Pingu, XRP, and Hype and Solana are the ones that are catching all the craze or trending today. They've been catching a lot of the hype for the last few days, actually. There's MetroDAO. Yeah, that one was a disappointment. Ave's doing pretty good. She's a little bit above $300. I've seen that. Not really seen anything great over here. Well, I'm waiting for that to catch up. We'll go over to Crypto Bubbles and watch it load up. Wow. Is my internet that sucky? Is this computer? Look at you! What the hell? Wow. Okay. Well, stranger things are happening. Cash was up to about 8 cents again. All the top 100s are doing pretty good. Squeeze at 311. So look at this. This is cool, right? A couple of days where we're starting to get some gains over here. Look, 5%, 6% again today. I know it dropped back down. It went up probably about 3-4% yesterday. Dropped back about 1 or 2, but now we're gaining up about 4 to 6 here on the top 100, top 200, and all these little juicy guys. At the top, look at you, Popcat. You finally starting to do something. I likes it. Let's take a look at some of these guys. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Crow might be leveling. Yay! I guess we're going to do this again tonight, huh? Don't start doing this too bad. So Crow's still leveling now, still under a dime, getting a little bit of flag formation forming here. Is it going to be a flag? I don't trust these things, just to be honest with you. I don't think flags are the most trustworthy patterns. After you've been in this, and if you've been in this game for a while, you kind of say, oh yeah, because there's so many people, it's the first thing that they go to is a flag. And you can probably see lots of little flag ideas that just never really got anywhere. So I'm not the. I mean, I have nothing against playing a flag, but what you seem to see is, you know, just a few people that seems to be their shtick, and it'll start out as a flag or whatever, and it'll just continue and continue and continue until it's something, you know, and I don't, you know, you can. Eventually it's going to be right and do into some fallen wedge or flag for anything that they can still call a flag. You know, there's invalidation points for these ideas and some other stuff, you know, that just to keep in mind. Resistance areas. This one might do good. Might come up to 10 cents. I'm not saying she won't, but I just have to. I just feel a responsibility to throw some information out there that is not really talked about that much. Now, to me, I always like zooming out and I like following trend lines. We already had one there. We're a little bit slow. So this trend line right here is going to be resistance, and we can see we're getting kind of close to that. Now we need to pull a miracle and jump back into it, and that'd be bullish AF. There might be a strong move happens if that happens. That would look something like price coming up and doing something like that. That would be awesome. What usually happens though, especially if you got some moving averages that are trying to cross, you might get rejected there, and maybe have to come back and take a breather, and then start working on a higher low, and then, you know, try to do something. And then this turns out to be more of a you know, of a side, you know, a little bit of a sideways channel than a let's go to the moon kind of upside, whatever it might be. In other words, we're at resistance here, and so I wouldn't expect it to go too much past 10 to maybe 11 cents at the most currently. It might take it a couple of times before it gets back there, but this 10.8 cent area for Crow is where we're looking for it to finally stick. It hadn't stuck here. It hadn't stuck here. I don't think it'll have a chance to stick yet. It might pull back and then go for one more time, but yeah, we have some time out of Crow. But this could be fun later on as it gets to about 28 cents. Let's take a look at Solana. She's been doing a little bit better today. Wow, you are so fast. Look how lightning fast this is. This is awesome. Wow, you are so fast. You're at $157 here. Now here on the daily, let the moving averages go. I like that. 800, 600, 300. Those are in good shape here. 200 cross bearish over that, so we got a little static there. But overall, man, I think that looks pretty solid. Looks like we got our major fibs marked out. We'll go back and double check that real quick for Solana. Swing out a swing low. Yeah, that little red line right there. 143. We broke past that one. That's what we needed. Anything below that was the juicy buy zone, and now we're away from it. And, oh man, now the FOMO hits. I missed out. I got a FOMO into Solana. So a lot of people might be feeling that, and that's going to help us get up here about 172. That's our next area to go conquer. From 172, then we'll be looking over here at 195. So that's what the daily is getting ready to tell us on that. Since we see that, come down to the 4 hour and see if we can get any juicy gossip that's going on over here. Hey, what's going on with you? Wow, this thing is this is horrible. Wow, not Solana, just my freaking internet and whatever's going on over here, computer. 14 people hanging out. I think we've lost some viewership since we've taken a little time off there, but hey, stuff happens. So nice little pullback here at the 618. That opens us up to these possibilities about $222 to $225, believe it or not. So I want to put that on the radar right there. That's one of the guys I'll be looking for. 211, and that right at 222 to $25. Those to mirror the sweet spots to look for a pivot area where it would make a possible lower high here, maybe for a bigger pullback. But overall, it looks good that we're starting to establish something. So we got this kind of thing going on, and it may be a little janky, however it wants to get up here, but eventually up to these areas, maybe another pullback, and then we go for a bigger move. That's what I'm anticipating. So we're heading back to about 200. It doesn't mean it's going to be tomorrow. It means it's got some stuff to fight through, but man, I like what I'm seeing here. These moving averages turning around, they're starting to flip, and prices are finally on the other side of it, trying to hold it. Coming up to this purple 306. What basically Turkey's just talking is looking good. It's making some progress. It's making some progress. We might be able to draw a bottom trend line finally that might actually, you know, mean something now and stick. Because they've been giving it up, right? Gave this one up, gave this one up, tried to look at this one, and now we finally might have one that's trying to stick here. So Solana looking good, and that should be making the meme coins look good, and probably why Pingu's looking a little bit better. Pingu is more of a NFT kind of play, though. The Pudgy Penguins kind of thing. Look at it over here on Coinbase. It's at penny and a half right now. It's been up to 0.017. Now we're at 0.0156. Zoom out and see what that means. Wow, you're so fast. I forgot how fast you were. That's amazingly fast. Wow, look, is that all we got? For real? I can't do this one. I need some more price action here. Yeah, that looks a bit, we can work with this better. Alright, so we got you there. Let's just go ahead and back you up over here. Nice. And yeah, confidence on that little guy. Let's go with that. So 2.5 cents, I do still like that. I'm still going to keep this target at 0.02. Psychological, and also another fib from a different pool. Basically what we're saying is she's making some progress. Adjust our lines here, and now we're starting to see how this original trend line, where she started out way back here, now she's been respected. The beauty of trend lines. The beauty of trend lines. So if you paid attention to this all along, like, and I try to do that on a lot of these things, right? And show the importance of those. We have finally, after we got through doing all this and figuring all this stuff, going all up, we came back to respect that original trend line area. Now we got this channel opening up, and it also helps us figure out, well, where we might find some resistance. And so it is looking like a 0.02 cents, maybe a 0.019 area. We're going to start experiencing just a little bit of turbulence around those areas, but that's another 20% up from here. Not bad. Pango, she's making higher highs, higher lows. Now we need to work on another higher high. It should be at there at 0.02, and I am looking for 0.025. That's the next major area that we need to go test out. That was one of the bigger support resistance flip areas. That's going to be a juicy area that's most likely to get hit if you're patient enough to wait for it. May come back over to the chat, say hello to you guys again. Hey, there's Kelly. How's it going, Kelly? Good to see you. Dave B says ZBCN. Does the smoke button work, man? Ain't none of these buttons working right now. Not a nary one of them. That kind of sucks. Wonder if I unplug it and plug it back in. Nope. So it's been kind of weird. Let's take a look at ZBCN. 17 people hanging out. Glad to have you here. Nice one, ZBCN. How far did you end up coming down there? That looks a little deeper than a 618. Is that going to throw us up over here? I want to revisit this whole idea. Oh, you did come down a little further. All right, so this one might be a little tricky for AB equals CD to get its targets. But we'll do an actual move from the price. Oh, you do get it. Okay, nice. We are still going to go up there with you. So ZBC, and this is the little area. I think this is where some of the better gains could be made for take profits. .0047. That's going to be the 0.5 Fibonacci. That's important because this one tells us if we're going to, are we getting rejected and then working on something lower? Or are we finally going to get to an area where we can start looking on some higher grounds? And then right above it's the 618. Now we are always likely to get rejected there. And so either I would like to see it get above the 0.5. I would actually like to see it right here get rejected off of that one, 0.005. Ideally, that's what I would like to see. And then it can come back, pull back, and then start working on its higher high, which would be this area right up here, about 0.0089. It's the Chris Isaac night here at Road Dog Crypto. So this is one way to look at this trend line, but before we had this over here that started getting those candle bodies, it was this, right? And so that's really what we're looking at now. If we can hold that one, that's a good sign that this is a bear trap idea. Just how I read that, interpret that, and it seems to work pretty good for us. So it does look like a ZBCN. And this is a pretty good place to get in, even if you don't nail the bottom here at 0.0025, at 0.0036. Does it matter if you're off by fractions of a penny if it gets up to an actual penny or more? This is still a good area if you're in on this, and I could probably see if I need to fit this one in my schedule here, because she's at 0.007 and dropped back, right? So she's half off sale basically. Half off sale. Even right now from where she was. From where we are now up to our bigger target, 0.089, 0.009 area is 150%. That sounds kind of crazy right now, until that one day you come back and we go look in that and it goes, nailed it! And it's not, I'm not saying that this is a definite thing. I'm just saying this is a good AB equals CD setup. I do those a lot, and when I do those, we usually do come back and go, nailed it! Because it's a very strong pattern. And it tells you a pivot point of when things should go not in your direction, where you want to try to sell. It's actually a bearish setup, a bearish pattern. And we get up there and it means, man, you need to be selling up there. And then sometimes maybe if you get lucky, maybe she just consolidates, and if it's really bullish, instead of it coming back down and coming all the way back down to the lows, or anywhere in between, she can break on and even go higher, and that's even cool. Let's take a look at this very popular coin called Hype. Hyper Liquid, getting a lot of attention, so if it gets a lot of attention, it might be a play there. She's already up around 38, well, she's at $41, but she's already been up in the high 30s there. Juiciest place is down here in April, and it was down about $12, but hey. Been watching this trend line idea right here, and trying to see how she's going to formulate around there. It's kind of a maturing trend line, but so far, even though it deviated a little bit, we're still basically holding that same area. So I'm I take that as a sign of strength. Might want to fine tune it just a wee bit and go ahead and adapt that. Fits nicely these candle bodies right on those wicks and these candle bodies and whatnot. Still looking about $46 to be hit over here, and then come and test our 272 fib area about 151. That's the real one I'm looking for right there. Oh, not this one, right? Yeah, that little guy. And that's not bad from where we are. To get up there another 10, another 24, 25% gains. Not bad. Eventually get up here to 61.63. But right now we need to put in a higher high, and that would be the best one. My fibs can tell me is at 1.272. Let's go get it, baby. Let's go do it. Make daddy happy. Is this still the Chris Isaac show? It is. We're listening to Chris. Well, it's not really Chris Isaac.
I chase a coin that no heart believes.
Kelly says, I got distracted for a few. Did Road Dog cover say? I have not, but we can take a look at it as fast as it loads up here. Ooh, that was lightning fast. That was creepy fast. Oh wow, send this computer back. It is just too lightning fast for me. Say the 26 cents, that's cool. So we're confirming a double bottom, if you guys can see that. I think most people can, but if you're kind of really new or kind of new to patterns and whatnot, you may not see it. But we finally got up and confirmed that. We even went above it. Cool. So, but now we've lost that area, so we're looking for it to come back up and reclaim that. And if we can see that sign, it looks like we're going to retest this area, which is basically just a little sideways channel or a little horizontal box, however you want to look at it. Measure moves also the width of that. Get us up here around this 40 cent area. If you're looking at that as a W pattern, and tight you measure move, it takes you right up here to your 0.5 fib area, about 43 cents. So we look at that as coming down, and then now it's trying to retest this area, right? And this is our 236. So a lot of whichever system that you're using to look at that is ticking all the boxes for saying she's trying to get past this area and go higher high. So that stays looking good to me, and I mean she'll have her ups and downs or whatnots, but I think the lower lows should be out of the way now. We made the higher high. We finally got our higher high here, made a higher low, and then finally got our higher high right there. 50 cents would be the nice sweet spot, so imagine from being here up to there is almost 100% gains, almost doubling up, almost. Not quite. Local now, that's on the daily. Now if we come down to the 4 hour and kind of take a look at the little shapes that we got. Local pattern we're trying to figure out is this trend line. Now we lost that, so that's a warning sign. She's got to figure out her direction here. Establish her bottom trend line, and she hasn't quite done that, so it's not out of the woods. There's still some shakiness going on, but these moving averages right here look good. They look really good. I like what I'm seeing here, all these bullish crosses. So it is possible she could be shaky and come down 25, 24 cents and try to figure out how she's going to. Actually, I would just pull a fib if I wanted to try to figure that out. It's a 0.5 right there, and that's nice. So retest the 0.024 at worst, 22 cents right here at the 618 if that happens. I don't know that she'll go down that low, but if she does, look at it, I wouldn't be worried about it as long as it stays above that. And then she can finally establish whatever trend line that she's on right now. We got this one, but it doesn't mean it's going to hold. Eventually getting up to 36 cents, so the altcoins are starting. So it's starting to look like July is off to a good start, but also keep in mind, it's probably when we need to do a little forecasting here. We'll go back to total 3 and get to a bigger time frame. Forecasting. How long will this sweetness, how long will it last? Now, we were hoping that we can come back up here to the 618. We're hoping that's what's going to happen. Let me come down to a daily. So what we might be looking at is spending a few more days here over the next week coming up, and we need to get a higher high. That might qualify just to come up and tap that, but I'd like to really get the 886 area, which I don't have listed on here, but it'd be right up here about a 920. Get higher than this. And then we might be getting a steeper pullback, a little bit of a correction, maybe a retest. Remember, we're breaking out of this bullish pattern, megaphone pattern. We're breaking out now. There is somewhere around a 64% chance, 62, 64, whatever. It's 6 out of 10 times it will come back and either retest the breakout area or maybe even come down lower, coming back for a retest. So that's what we got to be prepared for, and that's what I don't think a lot of other people look at ahead of time. And I do try to do that here on this channel now. If we can kind of plan ahead how these things usually work, you get a breakout, you hit certain areas, you get your little things in that you're trying to work on, make your, take your 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And then here's where we can plan and make some better moves. So if we know these things can happen, and this is how it typically happens, we know that we can take profits up here and then make our game plans when price does come back. So this is like toward the 3rd week of July is what I'm trying to hint at. So for next week, it's a good time to take profits in some of these altcoins. Not saying you got to sell out of everything, but to make sure you get paid, get yourself situated for a pullback. That's all I'm saying. Over this next week, get situated so that when we do get the pullback, which should be coming, probably toward the end of this month, and then you're ready to go into August to see whatever the hell happens there, and hopefully we're bouncing and going up for a higher high even. But that's what it's kind of looking at the shape for me right now. Looking at my Fibonacci's, the moving averages, the 200 moving average on the daily. You know, we got some stuff we got to work through and still go through. And as you should know by now with altcoins, it's a topsy-turvy kind of thing, up and down. I would rather be selling while she's going up and buying when she's coming down. And just trying to see those bags and numbers grow. Hey, there's Joe. How's it going, Joe? Working on my new song, talking trash to my troller. Well, this is fun. But the AI song generator is not getting the voices right. But a Suno program gets it right. It will be. Are you using 2 different ones? Sometimes the voices can be tricky. All right. So here we are, just looking at what's going up. A lot of things are going up. It's starting to make us feel better about our bags. I know I'm seeing my little spot margin plays finally starting to look like it's got some life back in it again. I'm like, wow. Haven't seen you here for a while. It's been a few weeks and you didn't stay there very long. And my goal with this is I've already had these positions, and now I'm just, as we go up, I'm just peeling it off a little bit, and hopefully this time I'll do better over these next 2 weeks. Remember, we're anticipating maybe a pullback within over the next week, 2 weeks. It's toward the end of July here, maybe getting a little bit more of a pullback. And be ready. We come back to Bitcoin and look at you. Now, what do you look like, Bitcoin? What could we be anticipating here for you, Bitcoin? Just as I zoom in out here on a different time frame like this daily. Can I erase this one? I don't think I got anything too major going on here. I'd like to have a clean one. So right up here with Bitcoin. That little gray line, man. Did we do it? On this chart, Coinbase it actually did. Coinbase actually made a new all-time high. I don't know that I saw that on the other ones. Did we do it on... Oh, Sean! Gosh darn it. Did we do it on them all? We might have it, just barely. Did we just barely make it? So some of them did, some of them are kind of questionable whether we got a new all-time high in. And I would say it'll probably try to solidify. I mean, over the next, you know, tomorrow and whatever, try to go up higher to get it in there. And this is going to where we will learn soon whether, you know, we're in a range. We're just going to come up just a wee bit and be in some kind of weird ass distribution, which I hope we're not. It doesn't make any sense for this point in the cycle. Not really. That's not what we want to see. Where they start taking us back down, or we're going to keep, you know, come up a little bit and then use this as support and see if we can actually get up to like 115, 120. So we got a lot of things going on out there. The biggest thing was for me, this red line here, that 236 Fibonacci area. When we're zooming out, and let me get rid of some of these other guys over here. I guess we don't need right at the moment. So yeah, this red line here. Now my theory is on Bitcoin, that's a hellacious one to bounce from, and we haven't really lost it. I mean, we wicked through it, but our candle bodies and everything else has been respecting that. This can be setting up for a nice big move. So if we do see ourselves breaking above to go, you know, higher highs. If tomorrow goes bullish and we finally do, you know, solidify a new all-time high, this might be the move we've been waiting for. And I'm not saying FOMO in, I'm just saying watch it, because they usually don't just go straight up. Maybe it will, though, who knows, but usually there's a little bit of a retest. But that could be a hellacious move, man. The measure move from bouncing here is quite impressive. About $140,000 would be the target, and we can throw our new trend line in, and here we go. So, but it's just not confirmed yet, but it's looking nice. It's been looking nice. We've held this area for so long, man, since May, and even before we were trying to hold it, and this time we actually held it. We've held it, and we're starting to inch up and inch up and inch up. Even if it doesn't, if we come up, bounce off of it again, that's cool. Even if we have to come back down here, this is kind of what this is a situation that I've been eyeballing. So if there is going to be a pullback, I think we will see it over the next, by the 17th or the 23rd. I think that we will kind of get an idea of whether, you know, if we're at 116 and holding, yay, but somewhere through there we could get a deeper pullback. All right, might even get a black swan event. I don't know, but you know, there could be something that brings us back to test 103. Could even bring us back to this area. And if that did happen toward the end of the month and something weird happened, these are still healthy areas that we could still recover. These are like the normal areas we would look at for a good strong bounce. So I mean, I'm just saying, right here where we've been holding is really fortunate, and this doesn't normally work that way. You usually get a deeper retrace. We have it. So we're very fortunate. It's very, very bullish. We're looking at it that way. So, and over the next couple weeks, I think we'll get an idea. But I am bullish on this, but I'm also being cautious. Like I said, 17th, 23rd, right there in those days, you know, things start flipping for us a little bit. We might have some static in the air. So let's be cautious around that time and see what's going on in the market. But currently, man, let's watch these numbers go up. I've got to take a look at Popcat. What are you doing, Popcat? Hadn't looked at you in a long time. Little DGen. Come on, Popcat. Show me something. Pop it for me. Wow, you are so fast, TradingView. Look at you, Popcat, here on the date. Oh, man. Where'd you come from, Fibonacci? Look at you. Nice little butt cheek here. Little butt crack. A nice little right-handed butt cheek trying to form there. I'd throw you a picture and give you an example, but my buttons aren't working. Nice little 3 humps to the upside, and it looks like we got our correction. I like to pull a fib from over here just to kind of see. Oh, look, a 786 retrace, man. Bingo. To me, that's a 786. Yeah, please, more. The only thing more juicy than a 786 is an 886 deep ass retracement. So our main area that we're looking at is about 60 cents on PopCat. We're not even up there. We're at 32 cents right now. 88 cents is going to be the real juicy sweet spot. I mean, from here, I would even wait on that one. This little measure move trick that we're going to do right here. So from that 786, we should be coming right up here as a higher high. What I mean, I'm not saying, oh, this got to do it, as a target, as a reliable, apparently reliable target idea. Right up here, baby, right up here in this area, 78, 77 cents, right there. And that's pretty sweet. That's me like doubling up from where we are on PopCat, and that would give us a confirmation of this possible double bottom formation here. We clear that, and then there's another measure move that we can take if we want to be all ballsy and everything and try to forecast, and that kind of opens up the possibility of getting above $1 or $1.10. So PopCat, the little meme coins, they're still money to be made in meme coins, although it doesn't sound like our Congress or anything really like meme coins very much, or at least some people on that. Elizabeth Warren, I'm talking to you. Anyway, there's some good legislation trying to happen right now in Congress. I think that'll be good. We'll be feeling some things from those influences over the next few weeks, but you still got the people like Elizabeth Warren and a few others just trying to they hate to see Gary Gensler's idea just run out the door. They like to bring Gensler 2.0 back in. That's just how she is and how they are. The tokenized stocks freaks them out, and that's where all this is coming from. I think we even talked about this a couple nights ago, and it is coming out in their talks, and that's what they don't want. Because they're not ready for that. 24/7 tokenized stock markets. Oh my God, how are we going to track it and rip everybody off? Them little money groups over there with their own little congressmen. It's funny to see how they make them bark like that. Like, bark for us, Elizabeth. Come on, Elizabeth, jump up, Elizabeth. That's my impression of Elizabeth Warren. Like a little chihuahua, like a little Pomeranian. Princess Pomeranian. Guys, this is all 20 people hanging out. Thank you so much. I'm putting up with the no eye candy here for our streams, or buttons not working or anything. Secura's hips aren't working. Nothing's working over here. It's just one of those days. Mercury's getting ready to go in the retrograde. That usually throws our markets into kind of a sideways, kind of rangy, kind of not invincible thing. That's a little ways away over the next couple of weeks and stuff. Right now it's looking like we're starting to get a nice little pumpage coming out of some of these altcoins over here. And I like it. And I can see more money coming in. Well, 3, okay, so we're here, we're trying to come up to at least to here, maybe even go all the way up to here, and on that way, those are good take profit areas, right? Because it's likely to get rejected there, right? Even if it doesn't, we go a little bit higher, man. Ooh, these are when we need to be getting paid as this price starts going up. Anytime that it does find a place and gets a pullback, and then we can look about getting back in. And it's just trying to be patient while we're doing that. Right now, we are getting a breakout, headed back up. Looks kind of interesting for altcoins over the next few days. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow being Thursday, they're going to set us up for the weekend. That's kind of how they do it. And see how this weekend. Usually they're a little bit lackluster until Sundays, if you've seen. You kind of see a little routine they got going on over here, right? They're setting the tone for the market, so they're setting the tone for bullish into the weekend. Friday, they might change their mind and try to scare everybody out. And they play their little games, and then, but we're getting there, people. We're finally getting there. And for you guys that have been really patient and you've all had to be patient. The paydays are coming. It's starting to get here, but it has been slow and lackluster. But we're starting to see the signs. It's the signs of life. We're finally getting our crypto spring where these things are starting to bud up a little bit. We're seeing some good things. Our seeds are starting to sprout just a little bit. And it doesn't take long after they start sprouting that we start saying, holy crap, there's a tree there. Holy. We're not there yet, but it's coming. If you're patient, and don't let the market get into your head and all this, and let them lull us to sleep and make us pissed off and sell out of frustration and all that. If you're patient with that and with those little bags that you've been building and those little projects that you've researched your fundamentals and you think it looks good, I'm going to take a chance on it. Chart looks like promising, tokenomics look good, you got your convictions in your longer term plays. Those are the ones that are going to pay off if you're patient. Those days are coming. Did we ever look at Aave? And Aave here at $300. Wow, remember this thing was down to 50 for the longest. It stayed down here for a long time. And we talked about this one because this one's always been historically good, and that's one of the reasons why I mentioned it on my channel, and we made sure that I wanted to be on this one too. Ethereum play, DeFi play. This one's a bigger blue chip, but catching it anywhere under $100 is a great deal. Catching it now anywhere close to 200 is a great deal. It's at 300 right now. If you are in it, well, you did good. If you got in it somewhere as close to 200 as you could, or close to 100 as you could. I mean, you can be looking at $1,200 Aave or even higher, 500, 700, 1,200 as we start getting up. This one's starting to show some nice signs, but anytime you get a pull back on some of these bigger ones, you can probably nibble off a little bit on this thing. Guys, thanks for hanging out. We're going to wrap this one up tonight. Keep it short and sweet. Is it just 11 o'clock? Well, that's just craziness. Wow. Are we turning into a boomer? We're having to go to bed earlier. This is Bitcoin on the 3 minute. I guess we can go to the 6 minute right here. She's trying to do the little flag thing. Now that doesn't always work out beautifully, as we can see, and it might be coming down for a little bit of, I could see us coming back to 110, retesting these areas, but whatever. Eventually, as long as we respect the trend line, then I think we're cool. We might come over and then maybe bounce up. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to set everybody up and do what they do and come up and then take it all the way back down again. I wouldn't be surprised on that. Be careful. They still be playing with us and driving us up. I do think that they will eventually. We got a really good chance to go for that wee little bit more to get that higher high end. And if we can get past that 112, maybe we'll see that 113, 114. If not, then we might pull something and make it. Might have to make us be patient for it. It's looking good. Things are looking good. Let's be happy and thankful. And guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I will see you tomorrow on the next one. Oh, sorry, I missed that one. Hey, Damien, I didn't see that one. Might be able to do it real quick here. Virtual's at 159. Nice. So what I don't like, I mean, it's cool right now, but you got this rising pattern right here, that rising wedge, or at least that's what it is, rising wedge. Typically bearish. Usually break to the downside, and I wouldn't doubt if we might see 150 again out of this. If it does break to the upside, then it's hella bullish. But they don't usually do that. So if this rising pattern, where's the volume? I've got it on, crap, I don't have volume on this one. That's kind of important. If there's some volume that comes in and we get a breakup like that, it's hella bullish. but usually it's a breaking to the downside, and our moving averages are still down here. Got some work to do. I'm leaning more toward this. I'm thinking it's kind of nicking out just this little higher high there, come back. That's what I think will happen. Doesn't mean that I'm right at all, though. But virtuals is a good play, and I am in on this one, trying to slowly add to my bag here and build that up a little bit before she gets above $2. Wow, this thing is so fast. Bet you guys wish you had a computer this fast. I don't mean to brag, but look how lightning fast it is. Wow, I didn't even get a chance to turn blue before it, holding my breath before it finally put the rest of it over here. I was shades of purple, but not blue. That's how quick this is. You'll never go blue, just shades of purple, holding your breath, waiting for this computer to show me the whole chart. That was amazing. Again, one of these, you stay in crypto long enough and you too can get you a super fast computer like this one. And a Solex watch, because it's one letter better than a Rolex. I do like 175 and 185. That looks nice. So to me, I'm still looking here in virtuals, but looking at them and respecting these bottom trend lines, it's still at a good place to find an entry on some kind of trade setup, a breakout setup, get above a moving average. She's right above a trend line. These are still in acceptable areas for me. It's at 150, 157. All my trend lines at 150. Do I care about 7 cents when it's sitting at $3.50? No. This is a good place. Higher high, I got 278. That one looks take some patience for that one. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. See you tomorrow night.